Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of 4Friends0Logic. Sorry for the wait. We've been kind of waiting on new cards to be released, and we have a lot to kind of talk about today. But hopefully, as part of Mistveil, Misty kind of comes out, we'll be able to, release more episodes, hopefully weekly. But yeah, we kind of have a lot to talk about today. But we're going to start out with current overall wins for the ProQuest. This is, I mean, no one's surprised by this. At least I'm not. Fucking KO at the top, but what is surprising is that it's 79 compared to fucking 54 and 39, especially Azalea's 39. That just
It's
seems
bad.
wild.
It's bad.
Yeah, I mean, look at the gap in between third place and
Yeah.
first place. It's almost double the amount.
But I
I
was
mean,
thinking
how much of
another
that goes to like the player rate of KO? Because we talked about how the character kind of plays itself, and it's a little easier
Right.
than maybe learning some
Yeah, it's pretty
more
easy to pick
complicated
up. So I
heroes.
think a lot of the reason for his high number of wins is a lot because of his play rate. Like there's just so many KOs going to all these pro quests. So when you have that sheer amount of players just taking him, I mean, you're gonna see results like this, especially when he's as good as he is in the current meta.
You know, I'm a little
Right.
I'm a little disappointed that Riptide didn't get a little jump from the last episode. I was hoping he'd be
And
in
forget what we said about
the team.
Teklavos being A tier. I was never on board with that.
Yeah, here we go.
I
Are we already
still-
talking
I-
about this? Because that was everyone. You guys were saying how wrong everyone was. Still, after they said you guys were.
I still think Teklo's A tier. Look at those 9
That's
wins.
crazy.
That's not bad.
9 wins is good. 8 wins for Riptide is all. I would also say that's a win for Riptide and fucking Tekla Boston, considering how bad they were before. What's surprising about the bottom of this? I mean,
Surprised Dash
5.
got any. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I play against a
Yeah.
Dash, I don't feel like there's that much pressure.
Yeah, because you
the
play
fact that they can't block
Azalea.
that much.
You
I mean, just in
absolutely
general.
shit on Dash.
I'm not talking regular Dash. I'm
Yeah,
talking
Dash
about
IO.
just Dash IO.
You
Are you
ruined
talking
Dash
Dash
IO.
I'm just saying.
You-
I mean, how do you guys feel about Dash IO?
That's gotta
Dash
be
IO, you think,
Dash IO's worst matchup.
barring the
Yeah.
Azalea matchup, how do you
There's
guys?
one thing I will say about Dash IO is that I watched Colleen Warsaw, which was this last weekend, and there was a Dash IO player that performed really well. So I don't know what adaptations he made to his list, but in the game I watched, I think he was 6-1 in pool play, and he was beating out a KO, where he
But-
was just able to race him down.
Dash IO's
You know,
ceiling
that-
is insanely high, but it's just she doesn't. She's so bad at blocking, so she can be
Right.
really inconsistent. But her damage output potential is
True.
probably one of the highest in the game.
If you draw into
And
your
that's
power
what I-
cards, such as like high octane, I mean, the sky's the limit on Dash IO.
Right, and maybe he fucking maybe they just skill checked a lot of people too. I mean, not a lot of people have a lot of reps on Dash IO, I feel like, and
That's true.
if they're not really familiar with it, especially her ability and like the what is it, boom grenade that they could play off the top too, and just
Oh
like,
yeah,
all
as
that
an
sort of
instant,
stuff.
that's pretty sneaky stuff too.
Yeah, just sneaky stuff that maybe newer player like KO players that when you said that they were playing against a KO player, I'm like, well, it's interesting because I mean, if we're thinking KO is so easy to play against and he's getting placed really well at these events, maybe they don't know like these like decks that don't get as much reps as the other players. So
Did you say
that's just a little bit
did you say
interesting.
KO is easy to play against?
Easy to play, not easy to
Oh.
play against. Yeah, sorry if I.
He's
said
saying they might
that,
get
yeah.
knowledge gapped by a few of the other heroes because they picked
Well,
up KO.
I mean, let's not get hung up on Dash IO because she did only win 3 times.
Yes, it's true. It's
keep
true.
keep a lookout for the Olympia. Sam tells me that it's gonna be coming in hot. Sam's got great takes.
I think
I'm actually
he's gonna be good. He's not gonna be great, but he will be a lot better.
I was really hyped for the new card when I saw it, like in the being able to like equip new shit. But like in the few games I have played against, it's been a little underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously
Right.
people will have to cook up their list. But from what I've seen so far, I've been a little underwhelmed with the new card.
It just seems like there's a lot that has to go with it to actually be viable. You have to have a lot of gold already to switch in things, and
Well, Olympia doesn't
I
have
don't
a
know.
problem generating gold at all.
So what's
able-
the issue with the card then?
It's just like it's still like I mean it's a payoff, but like it's not that big of a payoff. I mean, it's a huge payoff. I mean, thinking about like re-equipping a bunch of stuff, like re-equipping equipment, that's like something that only he can do. I mean, it's essentially like you can think about it as like a block card that blocks for. I'm just thinking if you like replaced helmet, if
Yeah.
you replaced chest, if you replaced arms, 2, 4,
Right.
6, 7, 8, 9 total. I mean, that's insane. Um,
And those
but
cards are also taking up sideboard slots.
but yeah, taking up sideboard slots.
True.
The card does.
That's
The
a huge
card
point.
doesn't have go again, so I think best case scenario is you have gold out, you block out, maybe with equipment to break it, and then play it on your turn as your only or as your only action. Replace all of your equipment, and then
I also think
pass.
with the new heroes, a lot of this will just go out the window. Like I think the meta will shift entirely to where like a lot of these people we see at the top may no longer be at the top once Mistveil comes out, just because of people wanting to pick up new heroes and those
Mhm.
heroes having a big impact on what the meta looks like.
And with this huge gap, I mean, Ripple Away, I mean, it's going to be teched into a lot of decks too. I feel like
Yeah,
because
I love
it's
that
not like
card.
it's not like it's hard to use. I mean, you probably won't use it to attack. You'll use it to pitch and use it to discard to get rid of everyone's tokens. I mean, it's a good
really good.
card.
It's really
So
good into Azalea. It's really good into KO because it denies him agility tokens.
yeah.
Um,
So Uh, and that's what we've kind of seen in the past. People teching in Warmonger's diplomacy to kind of kill Azalea because she was too powerful before. And when that happened, I mean, I think it kind of evened itself out a little bit. I don't know if Ripple Away will kind of have that same effect with KO, but
it won't
I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, the gap is huge. So
because Ripple
I don't know. Is
Away,
there?
Ripple Away will stop agility generation from one card for
Mhm,
one turn, and then KO's gonna go okay, and he's gonna play Wild Ride, Claw, and then another attack. He's still gonna average
mhm.
14, 15 damage a turn, even with Ripple Away. It'll slow him down a little bit, but like
Right.
he's too consistent.
And
I mean, talking about the new cards and the new heroes and stuff
mhm.
like that, I think that's a perfect segment to kind of move into the new moving into the new heroes. I don't know which one of you guys want to go first.
You want to go first, Sam, with new? Someone for a
Sure.
power card?
So I'm really hot on New. I think she is potentially very, very good. I think maybe in general people are rating her too highly, but I do think that she's really strong
Interesting.
regardless. She's by far the most entertaining assassin to play. Um,
Right.
uh, I've come to realize Gorgon's Gaze is absolutely horrible, and I will not be putting it in my list.
What if though? What if you just haven't played matchups with people who like to block?
I mean that's fine, but it comes to the point where I have to pitch Chi to play this to get like the good effect of
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then when I'm pitching Chi, it's
True.
honestly I would rather pitch Chi to my helmet or my hero ability than have this, unless I have two Chi cards in my hand. But like even
Yeah.
then, like I would maybe rather pitch it to helmet and her ability, and
It does have a lot of upside though. If
it
they were to
does. I
block
mean
with like
the ceiling of it
insane
potentially is
effects.
really
Yeah.
big, but you would only, I feel like you'd only really run it in the Guardian matchup, and New doesn't really have a problem with the Guardian matchup. So why put a
True.
tech card in for a card where or for a matchup you're already winning?
That's fair.
Um,
I think that's pretty fair too. I mean, the helmet just feeds into New's ability too, because I mean, unless the opponent picks like a non-blue card to go into the banish
I
zone, but
mean
sometimes they don't even have a
it's
choice.
still just
So
getting rid of a card from their hand.
it's
I mean,
just so good. It is so
just
good. Like,
take a second to look at the helmet too. The helmet is so good. I feel like it's so
mhm.
impactful.
It
And
is,
the
and it's
art on it, I mean, it's just insane. I
I mean,
mean, I this is like one of my favorite equipment pieces just by the look of it. It looks incredible.
And it looks like it will
just
be
the
getting a
fact,
full art by the looks of it. Right, that
yeah,
looks like a full
it's
Yeah.
art.
gonna have a full
Yeah.
art. Yeah.
yeah, and just like reading the ability of it, just that the ability for them to banish a card from hand off the 3 chi, just taking that extra card out, whether it be uh, a blue or something like that, where they pitch, they're thinking they can still swing one time with whatever's in their arsenal. Um, that's so huge.
hmm
I think you guys have been very high on the effect. Obviously, like having them banish a card, but they do get to choose the card.
True.
That's a big deal.
I
And
mean,
with the three
Right.
chi, there's other attack reactions where I think they would be more beneficial to pitch the chi for those or other attacks than to just have them banish a card.
I mean
Yeah, I don't
that's
know if
fair, but like
Because
I don't know if
if you think about it, like with say the card they banished, they were going to block with it, so that's 3 points of value. And then you could get with 3 chi, you could get so much more value off reactions. I feel like.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
true.
I guess I haven't seen that many of
It
the
just
reactions.
depends.
Want to
It
go
just
into them,
depends on
Sam?
your hand. But into like aggro matchups where they're refusing to block and they don't want to block, like a lot of aggro decks,
Really good
like
point.
you're gonna get a ton of value. I mean, forgetting that it's blocking, like even if it is a card that they're choosing to discard, and like even looking at matchups like Bolton, if Bolton doesn't have a full hand, like his turn sucks. He's gonna come in for 3
Right.
or maybe
And
4.
it's just gonna add on to another attack reaction onto like triggers like double down and
Yep.
triggers like the agony card. Can you bring that card up, Sam?
Well, I was
The
gonna talk about Undertow Stilettos
yeah,
because
yeah, go for it.
they're significantly better than Black Tech in new because this one attack react counts as 2 basically because you have
Right.
Yep.
the attack react of this and then you get a Slither which is another free attack react to give it go again. Yeah,
And it's I don't feel like you're struck. Sorry, go
you
ahead.
can only use them once a game unlike Black Tech, but I'm not running very many contract cards at all in my preliminary deck that I've been trying. So sometimes just this one big react. And also like you can use this like if you were running like a CNC, you can do this and then give the CNC go again. Like you can do a lot of really gross things with Slither. Hiss is probably her best card. It's
Yeah,
just
it's insane.
ridiculous. It counts as 2 reactions because it creates a Slither. It's a +3 go again for 1 resource. It's insane. And like I said, it counts for 2 reactions, so it's really, really good. With cards like, hold on, hold on.
They do it in weird order on February, but
Well,
it
it's just how they've been released.
it is just crazy how many
Here
little
we go.
attack reactions she has to
Like
get these
Bonds of
cards. Really,
Agony. This card is insane. This card is absolutely insane.
yeah, it is.
Like you do need to. It's like you read it and you're like, oh damn, 3 or more attack reactions, but that is not hard with new at all. Because so many of her attack reacts basically are 2 attack reacts, and you just need 1 more. So a lot of the times you'll be popping stilettos on Bonds of Agony. At least that's what I'm finding. But that card is ridiculous, and it can literally just brick an entire deck if the opposing player gets a little unlucky and it hits and they have their core card in their hand. Like
And
Bolton, like making them get rid of all their Luminas or all their V the Vanguards or Bravo. If it hits and they have Crippling Crushes in their hand, then they don't have Crippling Crush anymore.
I think I don't know for like the people who haven't seen it yet, maybe go over the hero ability also, just in case. I mean, I feel like that's just a good thing to start with for the
Oh,
heroes.
I haven't even really talked. I mean, I haven't even really gone over her hero ability. Like, it's good. It's really good at closing out games, but her strength is in her reactions and her on hits. Her ability isn't always going to come into effect, just because not all decks run blues, or not all decks run blues that really matter to her or are good to play. That's where she's a Guardian killer because that ability with Guardians is just insane. Um, and another card that I wanted to talk about was
Is it persuasive prognosis?
was Levels of Enlightenment. This card, in my opinion, is absolutely ridiculous in new.
Oh, it's insane and new.
It's absolutely insane. I mean, if you have this in Arsenal and you have 2 blues in hand, pitch 2 to dagger with a blue, pitch 2 more to dagger with another blue, and if one of your daggers is Beckoning Mistblade and they let Beckoning Mistblade hits, you already have go
It's
again
one of
on
the effects.
this,
Yeah.
and you already have 2 blues in your pitch, so then you can give it +2 and draw a card. So then it becomes a 5 for 1 go again draw card. Like it's crazy, and it can be really really consistent and new.
Yeah, in
Um,
my game first new, I feel like I don't want to go out and say she's the strongest, but the amount of reactions she can add to her hand, like instantly, just based on other reactions, is like
yeah,
it's hard to keep up with the amount of damage that she's pushing off sometimes.
yeah. I don't know how she's gonna do against full fatigueless. I guess when that comes into play. Um, I don't know. That's something that we'll have to see. But I guess full fatigueless. You're
I
gonna
think
have
it's
to
still going to be okay because even if you squeak a little bit of damage
right.
through, I mean, some of
Like
the on hits are
just
just crazy still.
like getting over the
So
top might not be that hard with her. You might have to.
because like, correct me if I'm wrong here, Sam. Because if you play Bonds of Agony and you activate the 3 reactions,
Yep.
can you like because you want to look for like the power cards obviously for like heroes like Bolden and like people that like require those for like win conditions and stuff, but like what if you chose like a reaction or something or
Yeah.
like something that like a turtling hero could be like using throughout the entire game and you're just like, "Oh, I'm going to maybe now you can't use like sync blows or you can't use oh my god, why am I freaking blanking on the
Fate
stupid
foreseen. I mean,
7
I
oh,
mean, I think
Favorite
at
the
that
7
point they just.
block oh my god, why am I blanking?
I don't know.
I
What's the
think
Something.
7
that'll
block
come into
D
play with
react?
I don't want to cut you
unmovables.
guys off, but the
But
new card did just
Unmovable,
get revealed,
yeah.
and I did post it in Discord.
okay.
I
Ooh,
Well,
let's pull
I
that up. Let's put a pin
also,
in
but
this.
the thing with you're never gonna be able to banish D reacts with this because they're just gonna
exactly, yeah.
you're just gonna play the D reacts and it won't they'll stop it from hitting.
Oh, true. I mean, yeah,
It might
that's
come into
true.
play with
Yeah,
unmovables if they
right.
have an unmovable in their hand. They don't have the resources.
I posted it in chat, and we're gonna do a live reaction to the new card.
Okay. Hold on a second.
It is spicy.
Cosmic
Ooh.
Awakening. If one chi 10, 15, 20.
Wait, what?
Holy
Can you zoom?
moly.
It's gonna
Can you
be
zoom in a bit for
huge for later in the game. It's gonna be a
Oh my
massive pitch.
What
god.
the hell?
What the hell?
What's the cost in the top
Oh
right?
my
It's 9.
god,
It's 9.
what?
So it's saying
Oh my
if
god,
you
pitch stacking,
if you
dude.
pay all
Holy
9
shit.
with just 3 chi, like 3 chi cards to pay all 9, it's coming in for 20.
You gotta
And
you
like,
gotta
what do you
have the
do?
pitch. You
Like, what
gotta.
do you
So
do about
funny.
that?
That's
Like,
I mean,
so
I feel like
funny.
to have that play out though, you gotta
bro.
have it be. You gotta have like some sort of
You
crazy
put
pitch
one of
stack
those
going
in your
on.
deck. I feel like you put one of those in your deck, but if you have like multiple G cards in a row and you just activate your ability a bunch of times in a row,
Yeah, if you can
I
pitch
think
stack the
this
chi,
could
that's
be
crazy.
really good.
Yeah,
Well, you definitely can. Like you 100% can. So,
it's definitely like a second or third cycle card where you just want to
yeah,
Oh
for
AK
yeah.
sure.
where
That's
you have
And it's
chi in
I
your
mean,
hand.
crazy.
great that it's a blue.
3 chi is pushing it, but 2 chi for 15 is crazy. I mean, because like if you have 2 chi cards in a row, instant, pay your ability, and you have 2 chi cards stacked together in your deck, I feel like that's pretty. I mean, that happens not a lot, but like I've played Enigma like for a week and a half, and that has definitely happened. So
That's crazy. I mean, it
that's
still costs
that is
9, so like
crazy.
even if you do only use 2 chi, you're still gonna have to pay another 3 to play. But
Oh, is that
Yeah,
it? I see. I thought it was X.
I
I
think
can't. It's
it's.
small, so I
I
couldn't
think
see.
it's. I think it's gonna be a one of. I think you're right, Bryson. I think it fits honestly as a one of. And then I feel like it's going to be one of the cards where you pitch to the end. It's going to be like a last resort card if you end
Yeah.
up getting to it.
that's
Because
so
you can't use
that's
the chi
so
for
That's really
crazy.
anything.
cool.
Just
A
based on
really
what I've seen
cool
so
last
far, I
reaction.
feel like I think it's gonna be Ren most in Enigma.
Yeah, for sure.
I think her
100%.
games are able
Probably.
to last the longest to the point where she could be able to play this.
Yep.
With Zen and New, I'm not sure most of our games even go to that second or third
Yeah,
cycle.
Zen would be. I feel like a little. They could be running any of them, but Zen, I feel like it would be a little rough
Yeah,
because it
I
is
feel like
just
Enigma will
so
get
full
the most
aggro.
use out of it if any hero does because
That's
of how
Yeah.
long her
crazy,
game
dude.
go.
20
That is
attack.
such a wild card. I mean, I think it is like a one or two of, but I think you're 100% right, Jordan. The Enigma games that I have played so far, I mean, they've lasted forever. So I mean,
Keep in
this
mind
could
that.
definitely be.
Go ahead, Bryson. Sorry.
No, go. You're good.
Keep in mind that if you don't pitch a chi for this is useless.
Yeah,
It has
Correct.
no attack.
Yeah.
So I don't think playing two of them is even worth it, Bryson.
No, I don't think so either. Mhm.
I think this card could be a card where like shock value it seems good, but like in a realistic like
Oh
game, I'm
yeah.
not
It's a
sure.
ridiculous card. I mean, I'm sure you can.
It's ridiculous.
I just
Yeah.
don't know how realistic it is that you can get this off in a game, let
I don't
alone like
know. I feel like
It'd
one
be
of
really cool to get off.
we
it
might
would be
we
cool.
might
It
end
would be
up
cool.
finding that 3 chi to this isn't that hard if you can pitch stack well enough.
I mean, I was playing like you said, Jordan. I just played a game. Well, not like you said. Like just before this, when I was playing Zen for the first time, I had a hand where I had 2 chi just straight up in my hand, So I mean, if you have that in your hand also, and then another blue, I feel like that. I mean, it's possible,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it might.
I mean,
I could see it being pretty hard to get out
I just
for
think,
sure.
yeah, like in a dream scenario, obviously it's great, but like, I just don't know if I would want this to run this in my deck.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
No, not in Zen for sure. I mean,
I
it's
mean, you're
definitely
thinking
not
maybe.
like a must either. Like it's
Are you
just maybe some spice. You know, I don't know if but it's cool. It's definitely cool,
I
and
mean,
it could be kind of viable maybe. So
with you three all playing, you guys obviously played your handful of games. How easy is it to get 2 chi in your hand? Because is this
Really
worth?
easy.
Thing I'm thinking
yeah,
is this worth arsenaling for? Because
Late,
if you
if it's
arsenal,
late, if it's late game and
Yeah,
you know
late
you have
game,
chi in
yeah.
your deck, sure. If it's like late game and you have like 10, 12, 15 cards left in your deck, maybe. But if you see that shit on like turn 2 and you arsenal it, you are IPing yourself for the rest of the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking 2 chi, because even if you can get just 2 chi off with it, 15 is a lot.
Okay, for two
Yep.
chi, you'd have to have 2 instants, another blue, and this card. So that would have to be your exact hand
Yeah.
for that to get off.
Well, with how many blues like Enigma runs, and also like in new, I'm running like 34 blues.
Yeah.
So like it's definitely not an impossible scenario to get
No,
off.
it's not impossible. It's just I just don't know if I'd want this in my deck.
I don't know, a one
We'll
up to
see.
right.
finish a game
I
might be kind of
mean,
crazy.
my current
I think
Enigma
at most
deck
it's a
is
one of.
47 blues,
Yeah.
so that's definitely
How many of the
if any of them.
how many of the transcending like instant
Yeah, I think
cards
that's
are you
more
running?
important. Is how many instances are you running?
How
Or like
many instances am I running? I am currently
that create chi.
one, two, three, four, five, six,
Oh, then
seven,
base.
including
Yeah,
Sacred
it's
Heart.
definitely going to be good in Enigma because I mean a lot of the stuff she's playing is ward anyway, so she can afford to have the cards that don't block in her hand, right?
Huh?
Because that do the instants what are the block values on the
None.
instants? Do they all have
They don't block. They don't block.
yeah, so that's what
No,
I was
they
thinking. So like they can afford to have more
some of them
instants.
block, some of them block, but
What?
most of them don't.
None of them block.
Yeah, no, some of the wars block for
No.
some.
No,
No,
we're
we're talking
talking
about the
the
No,
legendary
the
transcending
instants.
instant.
instance.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
So I'm
I
thinking
thought you.
maybe Enigma can afford to play this card more because she has cards that ward so that she doesn't have to block with her hand.
Mhm.
But the idea of having no blocking in your hand just seems so painful. Like if you imagine you draw into 2 chi and you have this card, even if you have that scenario, you're not, and it's the end of the game. Unless the game is super far out of reach, you're not blocking that turn.
True.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I run H. Whatever. We'll get to Zen when we get to Zen, but
Well, let's
we can
just
go back
get
to
to
So
Zen.
the
in hindsight, I don't think that's a very great card
Super
after I
interesting.
I
thought
think
about
it's.
that.
I don't
It
know. Running a one
I
up an
think it could
Enigma might be
be
kind of gas, to be
crazy.
Yeah, I
honest.
think it's
Yeah, I
good in
mean, it
Enigma.
could
I don't think
be.
it'll be good in New or Zen.
No, I think it might be
Um,
a one of, but
let me
it's
think.
spicy for
Let
sure.
me think if there's anything else on new that's worth talking about.
Did you talk about persuasive prognosis? I feel like that's the other mythic blue that you
Oh
should
yeah,
talk
this
about.
card is also fun. It's just cracked. This card is so good. It's also so good because the on hit effect is so insane,
Oh, the on
and
hit is insane.
also it being a one attack is kind of a benefit because just a nick works on it, and that one attack becomes a 6 attack really quick. And then if you have another attack react in hand, like a hiss or a venomous bite, which almost every single hand you have is going to have one of them. That's just
Yeah,
another either +3 or another +3/+1 from Fang Strike.
yeah. Like I've been playing against some news where like they'll throw out a 1 attack, I won't block, and all of a sudden it becomes 11 attack, and I'm just dead.
Yep.
Like that's honest. It's happening more often than you'd actually think. Like it's kind of insane how consistent it feels like that's happening.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be a problem. Like, even if she's not using her ability a whole lot, I feel like she's gonna be a problem. I don't know
Yeah,
how. I
I
don't know
think
if we're
mid-range
thinking F
heroes are going to be the
tier,
best
but
against her. I think mid-range heroes is going to be where like where people have the most success against it. Um, I mean, just because you guys told me like I don't know exactly how good she is into like the Guardian matchups and stuff like
She
that.
destroys Guardians.
But if you're thinking the mid-range matchups, I mean the fact that they can still hit you for 2 or 3, and block a lot, maybe that's going to be her downfall. Something interesting that I thought I wanted to hear a little bit more on was the Vipox
Oh,
tech, man.
bro,
Yo, the Vipox
that's a
tech.
thought in the back of my mind, and I would only bring it in for aggro matchups, but it's a 1 attack. It is a generic, so most of her attack reacts don't work on it. But it's a 1 attack. Okay. So, keeping that in mind, going back to just the Nick, this only cares about attack actions. So in a dream scenario, Vipox is a 10 damage for 0
Oh,
resources
True.
into decks that don't want to block. Because, and then even if they do block, you can react with it and give it +5. So let's say they throw 1 card to block it. They're blocking 3, it's coming in for 1, you react with this, give it +5, so now it's coming in for 6, so it's hitting for 3, plus the 3 cards still in their hand, so it's still 6 damage for 0 resources. But that would only be in the aggro, because
So you
everybody
were
else
talking.
is like, what's up?
You were talking about previously, when you first started and you first were starting to think about new, potentially running like the leave no witnesses and stuff like that. Is that just completely off the table now?
What? Leave no witnesses?
Wait, what are you talking
Of
about?
course you're running leave no witnesses.
Hey,
Well, I just
you
wasn't
must be
sure.
confused. You must be
No,
confused
no,
with a
no. I was
different
just
card.
thinking because of all the mystic stuff. I
No,
don't
no,
know if
no.
they're
You
specific
absolutely
to
Oh,
run leave no
attacking.
100%.
witnesses. Leave no
Oh,
witness
100%.
And
and
surgical extraction.
Circle Distraction are probably
It's,
her
yeah,
2 best cards.
everything that Azuri has, Mao, it's gonna go in besides like her stealth cards and like shakedown. Like surgical's in, leave no witnesses in, codex is in, all of it. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you thinking about running um the dominate one,
No.
the dominate stealth card? I don't know. I was
Absolutely not.
Isolate?
yeah.
No,
If you
no.
ran, if could you run an isolate and then constantly stack reacts on it,
I
or
mean,
is that just for
yeah.
mystics?
But it's the same thing as stealth, though.
But the thing is, that would have dominate, so it'd be like a guaranteed hit.
I mean, yeah,
I
but it
mean,
doesn't have
yeah.
an on hit.
Yeah,
The
it's
on
No,
hit
that's
is
That's
just
fair.
true.
That's
damage.
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe no. I mean, maybe
In
there's an
new
argument to
stealth
that.
cards, the stealth cards that new has, their on hits are really good. I mean, these two
Yes,
are
agreed.
crazy. But like even
I mean, they.
this, like gaining health,
Mhm.
whenever this banishes a
They
red
just
card,
feed into
draw a
her
card,
ability too.
crazy. This card,
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah,
Um,
it also feeds into her ability. That's also crazy.
yeah.
When you guys first pointed that out, I was like, wait, because she banishes after every attack chain, so
If you block with
that's
attack
wild.
actions, yeah.
Yeah.
Only on her stealth cards though.
Mm.
Oh, actually, not even attack, just action cards. Okay.
Yeah, so that's even better. That's just action cards.
All right. Moving on from new, let's let's go a little bit quicker through the next two.
Oh,
Sure.
jeez.
What? It's just we've already been yapping for a while.
We
Who's
can look
going?
at. I can go Zen next.
Okay, let me go down to the Zen stuff here. Real quick.
There's 4 cards specifically I want to look at. It's Tooth and Claws right there. This is basically a 3 of, because you almost always have 1 tiger in your hand, so 4 go again is not bad. And then in the dream scenario where you have 2 or even 3, I mean the amount of value you're getting off a 0 cost with potential with 5 and go again and draw a card is just too good of a card.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it combos along with the boots. The boots read when this defense create a crouching tiger. So if you see you have a tooth and claw in hand, and you're like, oh, I have a couple ways to make tigers. I need 1 more tiger to get the draw card. You block with this on your defending turn. It goes to your turn. You already have that tiger in hand, and then you just pop off with tooth and claw. It's a
Yeah.
really good combo. The other card I want to talk about is Chase the Tail.
That'll be down here a little bit. Hold on. Hold on.
This is also a 3 of. I mean, the amount of value you get in it when it's 7. It's basically 7 go again for 1.
Mhm.
It does require a little setup, having a tiger, but as long as you have a tiger beforehand and then you transcend and search for this, when you transcend, you create a second tiger. So you automatically proc the effect as soon as you search for it. So it's just a 3 up. If you're playing Zen, you're gonna run 3 of it. Worst case, it blocks for 3, so it's fine no matter what.
Mhm.
The card to the right of it, Maul. I think this is also a 2 or 3 of. I've had a lot of value in my Art of War turns where all my tigers are coming in for 1, and then I'll throw my last tiger. They won't block it. I'll react and give it both of these, so my tiger will become 4, and I'll create 2 more tigers that are coming with Art of War, threatening mask or whatever else I have active. And it's just so much value for a 0 cost reaction that can just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, Zen. Zen can be just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like some of the turns that he can do.
Yeah, some of the turns I've had have been pretty fucking insane. It doesn't require much setup. Like some turns you can just pop off out of nowhere, and especially if your opponent doesn't really know what's going on and you hit it like a tiger swipe or something, then the turn
Tiger
just
Swipe is
becomes
going
insane.
to blow games up at some point. Like
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like they have it, so you just don't block until they play it. But then at that point, you've already taken 8 damage.
and even in some lists you run ancestral empowerment. So like if they block perfect and then you ancestral empowerment, I mean the game just ends on the spot.
Yeah.
There's two more cards we should probably talk about if we're talking about Zen. One is Shifting Winds of the Mystic Beast.
Shifting Winds. Okay.
This is one of the new cards where if you pitch Chi for it, you can name your cards, and like people are trying to like do the dream scenario where you can like dishonor someone. Um, Honestly, I've been talking in the Zen Discord quite a bit. This card is not as good as we originally thought for the sheer fact that you have to pitch Chi for it and it costs 1. So no one has really been able to have that dream scenario. Like we've been testing with Dishonor or even 100 wins and just naming every Tiger 100 wins and having that last 100 wins come in for like 10.
True.
But
True.
yeah, I mean we've been cooking in the Discord, but like it's just it's like a dream. It's like almost like the card that Juice revealed. It's like a dream scenario to the point where like it's hard to get to that second cycle on Zen because most of your games are ending like pretty early on. So pitching Chi for this and having another card to pitch, I mean, obviously it's good as fuck if you can get that scenario off, but it's been very hard to the point where I'm almost even considering cutting the card just for another blue.
I mean,
Because
it is a blue block 3 though with an upside though.
yeah, like I'm almost considering cutting it for like a blue predatory strike for the or streak for the sheer fact that it's a blue. It will activate transcend cards and it automatically creates a tiger. Where that if I play it, I get to name my tigers.
Right.
So I have a interesting questions with that. So like when you
Yeah,
name it 100 wins for the stacking thing,
yeah.
does it still get the ability that the combo of 100 wins would?
No, the
Like how does
100
that work?
you so with Zen's ability you can search for a card with combo. So ideally you would name like 8 tigers 100 wins. You would Zen ability search for 100 wins in your deck,
Yeah.
and then you just play it for 10.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Or
So
Dishonor, you just name 3 tigers to send
yeah.
it, Surging and Bonds, and then search for Dishonor and then try to come in with Dishonor.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
Eh,
potentially really crazy because you can just like have a full combo line just with just
yeah.
tigers and that card that we were just talking about, this one.
Yeah. There's 2 more cards I guess I'll talk about is Harmony of the Hunt. This
Harmony of
card
the
is
Hunt. That is.
insane. Some people are running 9 of them
Mm-hmm.
just because of how good it is. It's just an attack for 1 that if you pitch a blue, you create a tiger, and creating tigers are key in this deck. If you're playing aggro, the aggro list. So like some people are even running 9. I'm currently running 6 because I don't like the yellow one for the sheer fact that if I have an effect where I do have to pitch a blue and I'm just not able to because it's yellow, like I don't know. I just as of right now I'm not running yellow, but
Yeah.
this card is a 6 of, and the other card that's a 6 of is Tiger Form Incantation. It has a similar effect where you pitch a blue, you get a buff to a tiger. These cards have honestly felt really good in Zen so far. I think it's worth running the blue and um, red form just because the red form has a good effect and the blue form activates transcends. So I've had good success with both of those when it comes to Zen. And overall, I'm really happy with Zen's game design. I've been looking for a hero with a lot of lines, and I think he offers that. So if you like thinking a lot or like you like ninjas in general, I think even Faye with like Phoenix Flames that people have compared his tigers to, I think you'll enjoy playing Zen.
Yeah, I think Zen's gonna be really good, honestly. Do
Yeah,
I mean,
you
all these heroes.
do we think Zen is better than Katsu already?
Yes, I do. I think yes.
um,
I think Katsu is easier to predict. I mean, some of this stuff isn't very easily
it's hard to
predictable.
play. It's hard to say, and even in the Zen talks right now, people are debating whether to run links or mask momentum.
Yeah.
Some lists are even running
Oh,
links.
interesting.
I'd
Yeah. I
love
mean,
to see how it progresses again.
links
Wow,
links can be
really?
ridiculous. I mean, if you have some crazy ass chain where you have like 30 fucking tigers and they're all
Because
coming in
links
for
allows you to search for Salt the Wound
yep, find
or
salt the wound and slap it at the end for like 12 or something crazy.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
people
I
are going
mean,
back and forth between Lynx and Mask Momentum right now.
well,
I'm personally an advocate for Lynx. I think that card is, I mean, it represents so much damage in a hit piece.
With how wide I'm going currently on Zen, Mask has felt really good because it does force a block. Otherwise, I just get to draw a card.
Right.
So I felt like I have gotten quite a lot of value off just forcing them to block a card just
That's
on
true.
based on how wide
That's
my
true.
links are, like chain links are. But yeah, it will definitely be interesting to see how that evolves.
I might be. I would love to see how Zen like produces or like how he performs because I just don't know. Katsu just seems so. The things that Katsu can do, although they might be linear and kind of predictable, it's just when he hits one turn, it's just crazy with Katsu. I think Bonds is just such a strong card. It's hard to compare the two
Even
decks
Bonds
as
has
of
been talked
now.
about.
Yeah.
Like with the naming card, you could run Bonds.
Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure what I think is stronger yet. I think it'll take some time, and obviously when it comes out, I'll play against it more. Maybe play a little bit of it when Jordan reproduces the deck, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Let's talk about.
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes that he is better than
He does seem
Katsu.
like a really good sweet spot between Katsu and Faye in terms of like complexity of playing it. Like, yeah, Katsu's kind of linear, but it's
Mhm.
like it literally feels like you're playing a Yu-Gi-Oh deck sometimes with how much like tutoring and stuff there is.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
You're not
I
wrong. You're
I
not
think
wrong.
this is a really good middle ground between Faye and like just like redline aggro. Not saying that Zen is redline because he's definitely not, but
Oh,
just
I
like,
guess we could talk about his chess piece really
oh
quick.
yeah,
His chess piece has felt really good actually. The second ability I have not got much use off because when I have 3 chi, I'm mostly pitching to Zen to search for a combo card. But in a scenario where you would block with this, like late game, and pitch chi to it, I mean that's so many points of value because you can block with it, and then before it gets destroyed, you can pitch the chi, create a Zen state, and a Zen state says every time you would take 1 point of damage for the next 2 turns, prevent the one instance of it.
hmm
So
really
um
good into
yeah,
well, I guess the mirror. I mean, it turns off tigers basically, and really good into rune blades in general.
and it's also
You,
not a once per turn. Like if you transcend twice, you get 2 resources.
Yep.
So there's been some crazy turns you can do with it, and it
do you
also
want to
pays for
go?
chase a tail.
Do you want to go over Zen's hero card and ability real quick?
Yeah,
Also,
I can really quick. It's pitch 3. Create a crouching tiger in your hand. Search your deck for a card with combo. Banish. You can play this turn. So it's similar to Katsu, but it's just I don't have to have something hit to search my deck. Where he has to have his first attack action card hit to search.
Yeah.
So I do need 3 chi for it, but it has felt really nice to just be able to search and create a tiger all at once.
and like on top of that, the transcending gives you the 3 chi also, so it's almost like you get to instantly do it after transcending, which is nice.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, that's how you get chi, man. We've been
Well, I'm
over
yeah.
just
this.
saying, man. I'm just
We've been
saying.
over
It
this.
doesn't seem like it'd be. All right, continue on. Continue on. Continue on.
Transcending is getting chi. That's what transcending
Yeah, but
is.
what I'm saying is it just makes it
Oh, and
makes it
be on the
less.
lookout for that card, Mystic Tenets.
Mystic
Uh,
tennis.
the Tome of the Mystics. That card may be playable, and there could be some insane turns you get off if you are able to pitch for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say be on the lookout for that card.
Okay, let's talk about Enigma.
Okay. So yeah, I have never played Illusionist before or anything like that, but I saw the Flesh and Blood creators come out with their video when they played the Blitz decks against each other, and I was automatically drawn to this hero out of the three. And I don't know, the set just seems so fucking cool to not get involved into a hero that I don't know, I just automatically gravitated to this in the art
And
and
I would
everything.
like to
But
point out that I was going to play Enigma, and then Bryson said I'm gonna main Enigma, and
and here's the problem with this
That
group
did
of
happen.
people is
It
that
happened.
no one
Not me,
likes to
Bryson.
play the
Not me,
same
not me.
group of
Let's be real.
heroes.
it's because
No
we
one
have
likes to play
I
the same
supported
group of
it's
Bryson.
heroes
because
at
we share
all.
so many cards. We wouldn't have enough. So Bryson just
And also,
it's
That's
a
a
whole.
stupid excuse.
and
That's
also,
a stupid
mirrored matches
excuse.
are boring
You
as fuck. Mirror
motherfuckers
matches.
should buy your cards.
Well, I mean, on top of that, I mean, you guys are all thinking about buying a case. I mean, you guys are gonna have bulk to go around.
We're not. Oh, you need to buy codexes, Mao. That's not
I'm not
going to be
saying
found in
you.
this.
I'm saying in general for if you two both played Enigma. I'm on your side here,
Oh,
Bryson.
okay.
He's
okay.
getting
I'm on your
really,
side
he's
here.
getting insecure
He's
because he
not
knows he's
wrong
in the
about
wrong,
that.
and
He
that's
did get really
okay.
defensive
I'm not in the
also.
wrong. There's so many different like quote teams that freaking play the same heroes. Are we a team? I don't know. I mean,
Who
maybe it's
knows,
just a
man? Who
podcast.
knows if we are at this
But
point?
We have to
anyways,
have some real for that.
maybe I swooped
Top fours are
Enigma
not.
off her feet from Sam, but it's fine. If you want to go over her hero ability, I'll read that really quickly. So the first part is nice. Your first spectral shield attack costs 1 less, so your first special shield is free. And then you could pitch three chi, create a spectral shield token with a +1 counter. And then her weapon gives all of her auras with ward attack, and if they have counters on them, they have go again. So her ability is really key for just making go again cards. It's Cosmo, yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's paying 1 to make your wards attacks, and their ward is or their attack is how much ward they have basically. But if it has +1, all the wards get go again, and there's a lot of cards that either get +1 counters, or you could add like +3 counters to them, or different things like that. But the first 2 cards that I really want to go over, and these are kind of going to be like common basic cards there. It's Waxing Spectre, so that's one of the common cards that came out with this deck here. So the way I kind of like to describe it is that there's going to be like really like offensive auras, and then there's going to be like defensive auras. Since this one has like a +1 counter, so I'll read it. If you've pitched a blue card this turn and enters with a +1 counter, that's great because this is going to get go again if you pay for it with your weapon. Wards 3, so this is a great card because you're going to get go again. Wards 3, so it can be a great defensive ward too. But if you look up Waxing Vengeance, Sam, really quickly,
It's not.
this is going to be the.
It's not waxing.
Is it Waning Vengeance or
Waning?
maybe Waxing Waning Vengeance? This is what I think. This is probably the defensive aura, or one of the really big defensive auras in the decks, because this basically, if you've pitched a blue on your turn and this leaves the arena, you get to make a spectral shield. So you're warding 4, and then you're automatically making another spectral shield, which prevents 1 damage, or you could use it for an attack on your offensive turn too. So there's a lot of different like auras that I would consider like offensive. A lot of them are defensive. I mean, Hay Shelter's another really good defensive aura where it's Ward X, where X is 4 if a blue card was in pitch. That's another really good card that you're going to run 3 of, I feel like, in this deck. But those are kind of like the 3 really key, basic, kind of common key cards that you're going to see in this deck, I feel like. Really good. I mean, I've really been playing a lot with these cards currently. I'm going to talk about like the mythics that just got released today, but playing with these cards feels fun, and the mechanic is nice, and I think the newer mythic cards are going to help with just like wider matchups in general. I think that's kind of what, if there is a thing that she does struggle at right now, it's just kind of keeping the wards up. But part of the point of having ward is playing defense with it. So but when they become your attacks too, sometimes it makes it a little bit difficult when you're playing against wide heroes like Zen, Katsu, that sort of stuff. But the first mythic I want to bring up is 10,000 Year Reunion, Sam. Actually, before I talk about that, let's bring up the boots. I want to bring up the boots here. So these are great. I mean, this is gonna be a lot of your auras are instants, which is great, but a lot of the key auras in the decks, like your power cards, like Shimmers of Silver, Haze Bending, they're not instant. So this is gonna be amazing to just put those cards in the game at instant speed. So because when I've been kind of piloting this deck, I feel like when I do play those power cards, play them at the end of my turn, and any smart player is going to know, oh, I'm going to have to target this one to kind of stop what he's trying to do. So Shimmers of Silver and Haze Bending kind of die really quickly, but if you instant them in on your offensive turn, if you swing an aura and then instant in a Shimmers of Silver and pay a chi for it, then you're automatically getting a counter on that aura when you instant in that Shimmers of Silver. So this is just great because a lot of the auras just aren't instant, and I really wish they were playing this before this card came out today. So it's awesome, but 10,000 year reunion Sam is the other card that I want to bring up. The Ward 10, or I think is it Ward 10 or. Yes, Ward 10 here. So this could be another card that would be kind of fun just to instant in with your chi, with your legs. But another great thing because it's really important to have counters on your auras because you can remove 3 of them and then pay the cost for this for 8, and then you get a Ward 10 card and you pay 1 to swing an attack for 10. So that's great. And I wonder what if there's going to be cards that are going to be teching into this to maybe like add counters to this to give it like 10 go again, or maybe you just add it at the end of your turn. But yeah, super good just to maybe instant it in, but maybe not. Who cares? Like if you could just freaking take 3 counters off auras you control and not pay a single thing for it, War 10 is pretty fucking nice to have. So that's great. Couple more. Mao, did you say something?
Yeah. The cool thing about that also is that paired with the boots and stuff like that guarantees that you're probably going to be able to hit with 10 and then get the value out of the 10 ward also, you know?
Yep.
I feel like something that is complicated about the hero without the boots beforehand was that you'd play those auras and then you wouldn't be able to attack with them and you'd have to hope that
Right.
the other person didn't pop them first. But now every single time you transcend and you have that 3 chi to pay to it, you're going to be able to hit with like something for 6 or something for 10 to start out, you know? Where
Yeah.
you're getting the value out of the attack, and then on the defensive side, if they decide not to block any of the damage, they're still taking all that 10, and then they're going to have to return back, and they're going to do less damage than that, hypothetically, depending on how wide they go.
And I'm glad that they're adding. Sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, for Enigma, Vincent exists.
True.
Yeah. It'll. I mean, like you said earlier, if she pings herself and she makes damage unpreventable, and that sucks. I mean, but we have to live with the fact that hopefully Vincent isn't going to be like piloted a lot.
I mean,
It's gonna be a terrible matchup. But
what other heroes have non-preventable damage? I know Azalea has Murkmire. Vincent has that. Does any of the other
Assassin
heroes
has
have...
unpreventable damage
Dawnblade
now
Dory,
too.
Assassin's had
Yeah.
unpreventable. Tiger Stripe
There's
Pico.
yeah.
I think in
there's
this
a
matchup,
lot of these.
in this matchup,
sort
you
of
just
things,
have to
yeah.
say fuck playing Ward defensively, and you just have to try to go as aggro as you can, because
Yep.
there's literally no point in playing Ward defensively.
And that's what I've been kind of struggling with for like the past week and a half, is because some of those auras they want to be played as defensive auras. So you're probably right of just kind of fully committing aggro, and just when your auras are gone, they're gone. But like that waning vengeance card, I mean, you're losing some of the value off of it if you don't pitch a blue and play it defensively sometimes. So
You could also sideboard an Iris of Reality list as well. You could have a Cosmo list and an Iris list and sideboard Iris.
Why would you have an Iris list?
Because Iris is really strong and you have a ton of blues.
Can you go over Iris really fast then?
It just turns all of your auras into 4 attacks with go again for 3 resources.
Interesting.
Yep.
Huh.
So I mean,
maybe.
I think Enigma's gonna be like a skill dependent hero.
Oh yeah.
Where, like, the more you play her and the more you match. I mean, that goes for any hero, but I think specifically her. I think there'll be so many lines that you can take.
That's just all illusion is.
Yeah.
Right. Then there's just so many other cards that have like they come in with counters on them now too. So really just that was another thing that I was kind of struggling with. I'm like, I can't really there are ways to kind of add counters to your auras, but they take a long time to do it. But now that like manifestations of Mirror Guy or like that cards came out where it enters the arena with +2 counters, it's an instance. But if you pitch a chi for it 2 plus same thing. Yeah, and if you pitch a chi for it, you get 4 +1 counter. So super cool. That's gonna be awesome. There's that cat card that came out. I don't know how great that card is going to be. The art looks the coalescence the cat ghost card that just came out today.
Cat ghost. Okay, let me try typing that out. Cat ghost. Okay, nothing came
Right.
up. What's it called? Cat ghost? Let me try again.
I mean,
No,
everyone,
Echoes now.
everyone is
Come
gonna know what this
on.
fucking is. That
I
has seen
don't
this
know what
card.
you're
I mean,
talking about. I'm gonna
the
be
one that
honest.
you sent first today. You're gonna literally be like, "Oh yeah, that one." Like literally, it's a fucking cat ghost card. Like,
It's a cat ghost card.
Oh, I think he's talking about Mirror Guy.
No, because we went over
yeah,
that.
no.
That's
What
cool
the
too.
fuck?
No, it's the
That's
cat ghost
No.
one, bro.
What
That's
the
a
fuck is
Hold
the cat
on.
ghost card,
Goddamn.
bro?
It's Restless Coalescence is what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
the
it's all
cat
the
ghost card.
cats.
Oh,
And
he's
the
right. It is the cat ghost card, man.
Jesus. Anyways, I don't know. This card, it'll be interesting to see how this works too, because like there's like Phantom Tide Maw where you're kind of like farming counters when your auras get destroyed. So that's going to be good kind of going into this card if you could take all those counters off of that and put them onto this, and then you could maybe guarantee yourself a spectral shield every turn. Not guarantee if you could keep it up, but so I don't know. I wonder how good this card is really going to be, because it's just going to be hard to keep it up. I don't know if it's worth taking the counters off of it, but I don't know. Cool card art though. I mean, it's freaking sweet. Ghost cats, unlike my colleagues thought. So, yeah, I think she's gonna be
It is
fun, and like
colleagues.
and people have been saying, I feel like the more I get reps on her, the more I'm gonna kind of understand stuff. Her Sacred Art card is really sweet too. I mean, all the Sacred Art cards are so cool, but hers is especially sweet because you get to. I mean, most of her. I mean, all of the transcending cards are instant. So I mean, but this is great because you could play this defensively if you want to and create two spectral shields. And then it's great because another way to add +1 counters. You add a +1 counter to every aura you control. So that makes all your freaking auras have go again basically. So yeah, that is kind of my rundown of Enigma so far. I'm super super excited to keep playing, and kind of like Jordan said earlier, I just kind of want to find a hero that was outside the box a little bit, and this is kind of the one that I gravitated to. So
All right.
um oh,
So I think
okay,
what I was gonna say, I think we should probably start closing things up, but I think we need to do something that will create a really toxic, hostile environment in the Discord call. So, does anybody have any ideas to create some perhaps hostility?
Well, before we get to
um,
that, I know I wanted to ask you guys a question about which hero you guys would play if barring like the new heroes and the heroes that you guys have already quote unquote mastered, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have one in mind that you guys would want to learn, or you'd potentially switch to if there wasn't an option to play your old heroes with the new ones?
Definitely not Azalea.
why not?
The hero's just brain
Here
dead.
it comes. Here it comes.
It's not brain dead.
It is
Come
fucking
on,
brain
it's
dead.
Come
not
on.
brain
Here it
dead.
comes.
I was
They're
gonna
so
say
brain
probably
dead.
yeah, no, definitely not Azalea because it's fucking brain dead. I'm gonna say probably if Dash
I hope Brody
if Dash
Frog
wasn't
isn't
so
watching
close to
this.
Living Legend, I would love to play Dash. OG Dash, not the fucking new one.
I'd
I was
probably
gonna
play
say,
like Tekla or Riptide just to show
yeah,
why they really are A tier.
yeah, okay.
Also, yeah, also I would love to play Tekla. He's cool as fuck in A tier.
I mean, I've played it a little bit. I would love to play a
And
little bit
A
more of
tier.
Rhinar. I'd love to play a little bit more Rhinar, and then honestly, if she was better, I would love to play. Or if he was better, I would love to play Faye a little bit too.
Faye's not
Yeah.
bad. He's just like there's no reason to play him over Katsu or Zen.
Or Zen, yeah. My hero, I mean, what would I pick? There's a lot of heroes that I wish I would
You'll probably
pick.
just
Like,
you'll probably just wait for the next tier list to come out and pick whatever one's the best one because it tends to be what
He
you
does.
do.
He does tend to do that. That's not even dick riding. He does tend to do that.
That's not even true, dog. That's never happened one.
We can go
That's
through
never
his- we
happened
can
at
go through
one
his- we can go
time.
through
I
his
want you guys to
heroes.
know that that's never happened one time.
He played
I've never
Azuri when
picked.
she was the best. Then
She
he wanted
was
to play-
never the best in the game. She was never the best in the game.
And then
I
he
don't
wanted
know.
to play
Ever.
Lexi. Then he
That's
wanted to play Lexi.
ridiculous.
Then you wanted to play Lexi.
Again,
then-
what I want to reiterate to you guys is that if you can't find ways to beat Azuri or Victor, it's not like they're fucking
And then he went
unplayable.
to
Victor
play
had the
against-
second most
they-
wins in ProQuest season. And
Okay, I mean,
wait, and then who was first? KO. Okay, so let me think. Who are the last two heroes that you've played? KO and Victor. That's
And
weird.
He just likes to win, man. He predicts it,
KO
man.
for like 2 weeks.
And Levia, so
KO
just
for like
all
2
S
weeks.
tier
And
heroes.
Levia had like 9 wins in the fucking Pro Quest.
And then
Hey,
also, when the news came out about Kano winning the Battle Hardened and the Calling, he said, "I just bought Stormstriders." So take that as you will.
I did not. I did not. I will never
Take
be.
that as you will.
Sorry to Wizard
You
players.
did say a Wizard. I
I'll
usually
never
don't side
subjugate
against.
myself to any sort of.
I usually don't side against Bryson with these types of things. Against Bryson with these types of things, but I did once hear Bryson say that we needed a wizard in the group and that he would do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. He was
So-
like,
so-
Again,
I'm gonna wait for Kano
I
to
would
get really
never.
good, then I'm gonna play him, I guess.
I would never. Here's what I'm going to say about this. I would never stoop down to that level to play a non-flesh and
That's
blood game.
crazy. Kano's the
What?
hardest
It's
hero
true.
in the game. Or Prism.
Anyways, I wouldn't be Kano. My hero wouldn't be Kano. It wouldn't be.
Probably Prism or Azalea.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be.
He had fun on
Azalea.
Azalea the other day, though.
I
Yeah, he
mean,
had a little bit of fun on it.
I had the fucking phantasmal footsteps. So I mean,
There it is.
hell, maybe I will pilot up the prism shit.
There it
Who
is.
fucking knows? That kind of sounds fun.
Wait for the next
Maybe
best
piss
hero.
off.
He'll
Maybe
be
piss
playing
off
it.
you guys a little bit more because okay, maybe I actually will play the best deck in the game.
Bryson,
That'll
they
be
hate
fun.
they hate to see us succeed. That's what it
Bryson,
is.
Bryson,
you're already playing the
I'll never
second best deck
credit
in the game in Victor.
They'll never credit us for our success. They only
You
knock
really
us
think
down,
that Victor is the second? You're saying no. Victor's not the
Yes.
second.
Yes. He had 15
No.
more wins than Azalea, who was in third.
You could argue of that same thing of that Victor might be just a little bit more easier to pick up than Azalea or Prism, but there's no
Nothing is
fucking way.
easier. Nothing is easier than Azalea.
That's not true. That's so not true. But
Nothing easier. than Azalea.
Prism, and Azalea are both, I think, better than Victor. But
That's weird because Victor had 15 more wins than Azalea.
I mean, we looked at the last calling results. We saw the ratio of Prism to Azalea players. The fact that it's so close should make you a little weary about how Prism is only one below with less than a fourth of the play rate. So I mean, I think that goes to show that Prism might be a little bit better than Azalea, at least in the current meta.
Or maybe people just see Azalea as being really good, so they play her.
Oh, but she's super easy to pick up. Easiest hero to pick up, right? Well, then why aren't they having this success?
It's not that
you
easy
know?
to pick up. It's not that easy because she's easy to tech into. We've had this argument. We need to.
Yeah, they just
close
love to
it,
hate,
put
Bryson.
it away
They just love to
because
hate.
it's never going to change.
With what?
It's never going to change because you guys are just always gonna think it's fucking busted and out of this
It
world
is.
broken.
It is.
Wait, they are though.
Azalea
Our top
absolutely
fours
is.
are not the same. He got top four with Azalea.
Bro,
Oh,
Jordan had to earn his.
What does that have to do with
I
anything?
earned mine playing Don Blade Dorinthia. Let that be.
I
known.
played against 2 Prisms in that to get to that top
Merc-
4. You know what? I
Merc
say that's
counters it.
earned.
Merc Myers counters it.
Yeah,
Bro.
Merkmeyer makes that game an instant win for Azalea.
It
Thank
does.
you.
It should.
I mean, okay, well, you got your toxic bit towards the end of this podcast, if that's what you were looking for, everyone. So if you listen to the end, great, you got it. But
Okay, here's what's gonna happen. Okay? The new set's gonna come out. Bryson's gonna see, oh, new is way better than Enigma.
Oh, that's what I was
Sam,
about to say.
get the fuck off of new. You're playing Enigma
Yep.
now. And then he's
Yeah.
gonna kick me down and fucking play Enigma, and I'm gonna have to play Enigma instead.
why am I
Gonna
dictating
kick him
what
down
you
and he's
play,
gonna
dude?
beat him up.
Why am I dictating what
He
you
didn't
play?
deny
That's
it.
literally
He
crazy.
did not deny it.
So he might
I've
find
said
it
from
more
the beginning-
interesting. Maybe he'll
I've said from the
pivot. Who
beginning.
knows?
I've said from the beginning. I want to make a deck of all 3 of these heroes because I think
Look at that.
this
He's already
set is the
preparing
most collectible, set in Flesh and Blood to date, and I'm very excited about it. I think my 2 main heroes for the time being will be Enigma and Victor, but I mean, I feel like I've dipped my toes in a lot of different heroes. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? So.
It's
But you know what? If maybe I'll take you down a peg and maybe play a shit hero like you're kind of used to, right, Sam?
Yeah, I am. Bolton's not shit though. He's just high skill capped, and I never really reached his full potential because I'm not that good. You know?
That's
Oh,
alright.
come on. Don't be modest.
Wow. I
Right,
mean,
Bryson? Because I'm so shit,
well,
right?
I
Like you say all the
I didn't
time.
say.
It's better than
I've
anything
never
Chicago
said
does.
that you're bad at the game ever. I've never said that. You're freaking gaslighting me.
At least I have a spine and I stick with one hero. I don't know what I mean.
What does that have to do? I like to play different heroes in the game.
I
So
might as well
what?
just
The game is cool.
might as well just get ready to loan my new deck out to Bryson.
Oh my god, I hope so. Loan, I have all this shit for it already, basically.
That's true.
Well,
He
maybe
probably
that's
has a faster
I
pivot
have
to
all
you.
I have all the codexes anyways.
Yeah, I
and
was
all
gonna
the
say,
And then
there's
you have the
like-
surgicals, and you have all the surgicals, and you have all the leave no witnesses. So you have
Also,
the
this makes
expensive
sense.
part.
It makes complete sense. It
Mal,
makes sense why I would
you
pitch
said
it Prism too.
I said I was gonna cut leave no witnesses. When the fuck did I say that?
No, I didn't say you said that. I said, do you think you would?
Well, no.
Well, I wasn't sure if the reactions had to be for Mystic Assassin cards or not. I wasn't
No.
sure. I don't know. I haven't played the deck yet, man. Don't hate the new
Typical
the
Azalea
people
player.
the people who haven't been introduced to the new cards. You know, you just gotta hate and hate and hate. Sam said Fab is a shell of what it used to be with the nice community. You know, it's kind of sad what it's really coming to. You know, you're beating down
Oh my
players, you're playing
God.
heroes,
It's so
Everybody-
true, Sam.
and apparently experimenting new heroes.
Everybody in our
is
community
frowned
is so
upon.
goddamn nice, and then we bring people, and I'm sorry to the community because I brought in
Oh
Mal
my
and Bryson.
God.
Bryson specifically.
Yo,
I'm
no.
sorry.
You're the most toxic in the group by
How?
far.
How?
Your girlfriend
How?
even agrees with us.
How?
Your own girlfriend
How?
agrees with us. You know, okay, it's fine. I don't want to get into a shouting match.
Listen to you.
This is a
You're
flesh and
the
blood
only one shout. Okay,
podcast.
you know what? It's fine.
It's the Flesh and Blood podcast. It's not who's the most toxic podcast. But you know, Sam, I'm glad that you brought your three little friends in this game, and you know, I mean, one top 8 and the others top 4. So I mean,
Yep.
we're just waiting on you, buddy.
Who top
So,
8'd?
me.
Who top 4?
I mean, we had the same record going into it, Jordan. So I mean, you know, I mean, I'm
One of
proud of
us
you,
is
man.
converted in top 8.
Yeah.
True. On
I
a
had to
not
play.
OP
Yeah.
hero.
I played.
Okay.
My. You know what? I got top 8. I top 8, and I played one of the best heroes in the world, or one of the best players in the world in my first game. So sorry about it.
Stop Dick Riding.
Oh my God. Okay. Jesus Christ. Well, if there's nothing else to be said about this ending of this podcast, thank you for listening, listeners. It's been quite the ride so far through these last 2 episodes. Look forward to recording the 3rd episode, and hopefully it'll be on YouTube soon. So
Let's see
peace
how
out.
toxic episode 3 is. Just keep your ears ready. It usually happens towards the end.
I think we did a pretty good job so far. I mean,
might
until
just
the end,
scrap this one.
Sam literally forced it. He forced the toxicity out. He forced it, but it's fine. Anyways, yeah, peace out.